Alright, welcome back everybody. Anybody that's new here, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to make this quick because I'm sitting in the middle of a river current. And yeah, I'm tracking down some Wolf River white bass today. I don't know exactly when you're going to see this. This is during the Wolf River white bass run. And say that 10 times too fast. But yeah, I've been out here 3 different days. I don't know if you guys are going to see all the videos back to back, but basically I've been slaying on some white bass, doing my best to fill that cooler. One of the things that I learned the last couple times I was out here was the white bass weren't all piled up in Fremont. There's a good number of them up there, but they're scattered throughout the system. And I found schools of them tied up against the banks. And my cousin and I were putting together a pretty good clinic. So I'm going to try and start off with that. And yeah, hopefully keep your fingers crossed for me. We stick a bunch of good ones. Okay, so I always like to start with my fly rig first thing in the morning, because if I can get a couple of them this way without having to put any bait on, that's the way I really want to do it. I have minnows as a backup and then and some plastics, but the big thing here is we're going to do the fly rig. If you never pulled flies, it's a 3-way river rig with a fly about 25 to, I would just say 2 feet off the main, and then I do one about 2.5 feet off of that, so a trailing fly. And you just pump them upstream. What I'm using today is my medium fast, so it's my ISP 7'6" medium heavy spinning rod, and it's a 4000 series reel with, I have 30-pound braid, and the leader down to that is a 25-pound thing. But these lines off of the 3-way are 12-pound. I have a whole thing on how to build a Wolf River rig appropriately. It's listed in my Tackle Tip Tuesday playlist if you guys want to check that out if you're new here. If you're not new here, you already know. So let's go stick some fish. I'm gonna start by pulling upriver here. Of course, I got a guy leaf blowing his porch, but yesterday, or I don't even remember what day it is now, but the last time I had to pull these down river in order to get a bite. So we will see what today's pattern is. I'm hoping it's similar so that I can capitalize on it early and get off the water before it's too hot. It's going to be really hot today. Well, I got one from shore right here, and you guys didn't see it because I wasn't recording. And then I had like 50 boats pull right up to me instantly, which was insane. Like, I get that this river is just overpopulated with people that are trying to do the same thing I'm doing, but really, like, nobody was here. Nobody was into a mile of that way, nobody was at a mile of that way. And I pull up, catch a fish because I knew where the school was, and then all these boats pulled right up to me, and I just stopped fishing and I sat still. And they waited to see me catch another fish, and then eventually they just left. So, don't be that guy. Don't be the hawk. I mean, I get it. People follow people for fish, but on the Wolf River. But it's just funny because people, it's like, I'm trying to show you guys how to do this so you don't have to go follow people around. I hope that translates. So, okay, maybe one more on the fluke. It's too fun because this rod is really light compared to the fly rod that I'm using, or the rod I'm using to pull flies. So when they hit this, like, this is super sensitive. I'll list everything I'm using today in the description below because this thing is so much fun. Yeah, when you get a thump, you feel it like a lightning rod, and then yeah, fighting them on this is so fun too. It's just kind of addicting, you know, like it's like ultralight fishing, except these these are not ultralight fish. And yeah, so 6-pound test. I forgot what this is. This is a 7.2 medium light extra fast. This is actually a jerkbait rod, but it works really good for twitching flukes. So it just works exactly the way I need it to. And these fish are just right down this break line here. It's a really steep break to 15, 16 feet. They're stacked up here feeding and spawning. But yeah, let's see if we can get another one on the fluke, and that's the goal here, is just continue stacking and packing. I need more for the smoker. That's the whole point of this, is get as many as I can for the smoker, and that way I don't have to do this all year. I will still go white bass fishing. Comment below if you guys want me to keep doing the open water white bass fishing where, yep, there's another one. Woo-hoo. A lot better size today. That one. So they're about, right now they're sitting decent ways down the break line. All right, it might work today. Now is the day that I actually need this. So anybody who hasn't seen this yet, I made one. I have a DWS Outdoors fish towel, and it's for days like this where you're bloody and slimy hands galore. So go down in the description, pick one up, help support the channel a little bit. Plus, I mean, it's nice to have dedicated fish towels at home. That way, if somebody's washing your laundry for you, you can just be like, this is a fish towel. This is all it's for. Okay, so that's 2. Let's see if we can capitalize on this break line bite early here, and I'm probably just going to want to clean like 20 to 30 of them. They are loaded in here though, and they are feeding, so I am happy. Got one. Another one. What is that? It's 3. Holy. Oh, I might have to try a fly over here because they are schooling up and hanging out by each other, so I might be able to get some doubles. We will see. Now that I found them and got them all fired up. Just dead sticking it. It's working. Sorry about the leaf blower guy, but apparently it's chore day. I think they're getting bigger. Okay, that's like 6 in 10 minutes. In case anybody's wondering why I'm using a fluke, it's because the bait just holds up really good. So that's 6 fish on the same bait. And all I'm doing is letting it drift down and twitch it every once in a while, see if I can get somebody's attention. I'm not bouncing it off the bottom. It might look like I'm jigging it, but I'm not. It's penduluming down, kind of just floating down, and I'm just twitching it every once in a while and holding it in place. And usually when I'm just sitting there with it floating backwards here, one will eat it. But I don't know, it might be really specific right now as to it needs to be close to the break line here and penduluming like out away from it, because I can't seem to get them just vertical jigging. Okay, so this is fluke and jig number 2 of the day. They are not invincible to snags. But I will give it credit because it caught me, I don't know, it caught me half a dozen fish already, so. Let's keep using it until we need to move. I had one person move in on me upriver, but that's fine. They're anchored and pumping flies, so they're gonna bounce around on me. But I might go past those guys soon. Okay, this isn't my bobber rod, but I gotta try it because it did work the other day. So we will see if anything will eat today. Plus, it's kind of fun to catch them this way. I don't know what the deal is. I think they have like a morning rush, and I get a couple of them with that. But as far as getting like crazy numbers, I think it's an afternoon bite, unfortunately. So we will see if we can capitalize any during the day today. Basically looking for fish that are actively feeding. Oh, I had one right there. Go figure. I switched it back to the bobber because I've been seeing them super shallow. They're still being really stubborn. I still have the fluke on, but I do have live minnow, so if I have to do that, I will put a live minnow on just to get the rest of my minnows eaten up here, but I'd prefer it if they just ate the fluke drifting by, and yeah, that would be fun and easier. Oh, all right, one more drift along this wall, and we're gonna see if I can get one on the artificial, and then we will resort to live bait sooner than later. Yeah, I didn't buy minnows not to use them, so we're gonna probably try and use those up as fast as they will eat them. Granted, they're eating the minnows. See if they do what they're supposed to do and smoke minnows. We will see. Yep. That was quick. Okay. That's one on a minnow. Let's use up these minnows then. Yeah, the minnow's the deal, because I didn't even get to start play. I didn't even get to start recording, and this thing went down. Might have even got my bait already. Let's see. Oh, not yet. But yeah, that's it's nice when it's fast like that. And I have a lot of minnows to go through, so let's keep using them up real quick here. Got one. Yeah, that's this is gonna be hard to beat. That's not gonna be fun. I have like an ocean wake coming at me. Navigate it here. Then I gotta navigate the reverb. Okay, finally getting some numbers here. As long as I can get this minnow in front of their face, they eat it. So this should be, I don't want to say easy to go through all my minnows, but they've been stacked along this whole shoreline for like the last weekend here, and as long as I'm drifting within their range, I'll get them. So it's just going to be a matter of getting on the spot, drifting back with them a couple different times, and hoping that 50 people don't show up while I'm doing it, and yeah, actually allow me to catch a bunch of fish. The big boats are really out today, making a mess of the lake, or making a mess of the river, so I'm going to be seasick later. Back to the bobber and the live minnow, because they won't eat it unless it seems to be floating right in front of their face. I have it about 5 feet down. There's one. Okay, so the deal seems to be I have to drift backwards with my bobber. If I start pulling on it forward, nothing happens. And if I cast in front of me, it doesn't really do much. But if I just sit here and drift along with it, kind of neutral, something eventually eats it along this wall. It's not like a specific spot that's holding them. It's just kind of scattered along here. I'm hoping I can just kind of mow through these minnows real quick before it gets too busy. It's already getting crazy and it's only 11 o'clock. Man, I cannot get these guys hooked. That guy got it. Oh, what? What am I? Okay, so I'm losing fish like crazy. Ooh, this is a dull hook. Oh, it sucks because I don't have very many of these jigs. Something for you guys to pay attention to when you're fishing is a lot of people just overlook the fact that the hooks you're using could be super dull. Oh, one came up for it right next to the boat. I was reeling it in and the fish hit it when I was looking away. It's just a little guy. I'm not even gonna keep that one, but I think he gets an A for effort because he flew up and nailed it. Why aren't you all like that? I'm really hoping that's a sign for the future here, because if they're coming up to the surface and eating, that means I can throw a spinner soon here. But like I said, I'm going to try and burn through all these minnows real quick. I think I got 8 fish right now. Should have a bunch more because I missed a bunch of hook sets. Okay, I'm going to try and get one in here right before all the waves crash into me. I just had like 6 giant boats float up and down river. Nobody slowed down. Everybody's just trying to kill each other right now. Sorry if you guys get seasick, but I've been waiting for the waves to stop for about 5 to 10 minutes now, and it's not happening, so I guess I just have to fish through the ocean. Man, the reverb waves are just as bad as the first set. Oh man. Right up there by shore. Good deal. It's been a while. Am I recording? I am. Oh, that took way too long. So that last fish was only the number 10th one, which, I mean, like I said, I'm being greedy, and yeah, it's a fish, but I mean, it's been a long time, and these fish, I mean, it seems like if you get the minnow in front of them, they're biting. It's just getting it in front of the right fish. And I can almost hardly ever make a cast right now because I have, as you guys probably hear, 50 boats going up and down next to me, and it's trying to throw me out of the boat. So, and I don't have spot lock, so it throws me all over the place. Fun times. But I'm gonna go through all these minnows, I swear. That last one was right up there, probably 8 feet from shore. So I'm gonna guess they're pushing up and spawning up along here. I don't know why. I mean, it's just a drop off on the river bend. It's pretty standard river stuff. Nothing special about it. It's not a break line. There's no current seams. There's no current breaks. It's just a it's just a wall. They're just hanging out right next to it. I don't know what the deal is, but it's like they shut off. Coincidentally, it coincided with the insane boat traffic that picked up in the last hour. There we go. Down on the bottom I had one. I will take it. It's been too long. So the last one came on like a kind of a slow drag hop, like a finicky walleye jig, which is kind of crazy to think. Water's warm, they're spawning, live minnow, super slow presentation. Like I said, I don't know if it's because we got hundreds of those guys going by an hour right now or what. Got one. Just gotta twitch it in. All right, just a little update here. I think I'm at 12, but that's one. There's two. It's getting rough out here. There's I've had like 15, 20 boats go by at a time now. Looks like another tri-tune's coming up the way. This lake, or this river, is extremely dangerous in the spring. This is just nuts. I don't normally fish days like this. It's one of those things where I'm actually staying on the river with my girlfriend, and yeah, shit was the only day she could take off, so I made do. But this right here is a problem. I know it's like everybody should be able to share the body of the water, but like ripping up and down a river with like 30, 40 boats doing like 55 miles an hour a piece, yeah, it's a little tight quarters to be doing that. I've actually seen like 3 or 4 almost accidents today, so I hope I don't see any, but I'm gonna see if I can kill the rest of these minnows here and get off the water. There we go. I threw the bobber back on to get it to stay in the strike zone longer because I was getting bites. Oh no! Okay, but good news. I figured something out. There we go. Get this guy in the boat. There we go. 1 hour later. And that's not even a white bass. Wrong species. Big old rock bass. Okay, they're biting everything I throw down here, so I'm gonna see if I can fluke a bunch of them real quick so they don't keep stealing my minnow. Yep. Okay. That's what I needed them to do. Ain't got too much left in me here. These waves are taking their toll. That one feels bigger. Okay, we're really getting low on the not getting seasick level here. I'm appreciating the fact that they're eating a fluke, but the fact that they're biting is coinciding with more traffic. Okay, it's been a while, and I've gone upriver a ways. I don't know if it was a good decision. I did catch a bunch of fish right here just a second ago, so I'm hoping there's a huge school, because it happened really quick. But I'm getting blown upriver, and then on top of that, I'm getting blasted from behind with these freaking, there's like wake boats every couple minutes. It's insane. Just a heads up, if you ever feel like coming here and you're not from Wisconsin and you want to fish the Wolf River, be prepared for like seasickness and just a sore body after a couple days, because on the weekends it is no joke. There's one. So there are more than one over there. Okay, so this spot's working really good for the bobber and minnow. So should be a good spot to just kind of burn through the rest of the minnows I have before I gotta go. I didn't intend to fish all day today, but that's what it's turning into. But I'm on fish now, and that's awesome. All right, guys, as you guys can see, storm clouds are rolling in on me, and I have 38 fish, or yeah, something like that. I was trying to get 40 fish, and then yeah, that just didn't happen. And 'tis the fun of chasing the white bass. But yeah, I got a bunch of fish to clean and hopefully smoke. If you guys haven't seen those videos, if you're new here, I have a channel. It's DWS Cooks Everything. I'll have it linked down in the description with everything I used today too. But yeah, if you've never had smoked white bass, you got to try it. Those of you guys that have been listening to me say this forever, try some smoked white bass. It's amazing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. See you guys next time.